Dear students, now we will discuss the very important segment of this lesson, that is the dishonor of a bills of exchange. Now please understand what we mean by the dishonor of a bills of exchange. Dishonor of a bills of exchange means when on the due date the drawee does not make the payment of the bill. When on the date of maturity, due to any reason, the payment of a bill has not been received, it is known as the case of dishonor of a bill. Now, when a bill is dishonored, it is very important thing that certain specified journal entries to be recorded in the books of the drawer and in the books of the drawee. But prior to that, it is far important that we understand what are the important cases. Let's once again discuss with you the four important cases which we had learned earlier with reference to the bills of exchange. First case was there when the bill was held by the drawer itself himself till to the date of maturity. First case is that is retaining of the bill by the drawer till to the due date of the maturity with himself. Second case was there when the bill was discounted from the bank by the drawer. Third case was there when the bill was endorsed to the any third party or to the creditor. And last case was there the bill sent to bank for collection. Now in all these four cases, depending upon the case, we have to record the entries for the dishonor of a bill. But please understand, in the books of the drawee, the entry will be the common. Now when a bill is dishonored, there is very important legal process that is for getting its notification. And that notification, as I earlier shared with you, to be done through the notary public, a government official, and that notary public, a government official, will charge certain amount of fees with reference to the notification of the dishonor of a bill. Notary public will again resend the bill to the drawee for getting its payment under the due procedure of the law, and even after the expiry of the specified period, the drawee does not make the payment of the bill, automatically in that case there would be the dishonor of a bill and journal entries will be recorded. Journal entries will be recorded with reference to that. Now, what journal entries to be recorded? That depends upon the bill is at which particular case. Second thing, the journal entry also based on the case and the party who is going to get the notification of the bill. Now, as you know, in the first case, bill is held by the drawer with himself, so drawer will get its notification. In the second case, it is done by the bank. In the third case, it is done by the endorsee. And in the last case, again, it is done by the drawer or by the bank, depending upon the case. So, it is important to understand the party who is going to get the notification of the dishonor of a bill. Now, when a bill is dishonored, notification is done, automatically the noting charges are first paid by the party who is getting its notification. But later on, these are to be recoverable from drawee because it is ultimately the drawee who is liable, or due to the fault of his, the bill becomes dishonor. So he is liable to make the payment of that noting charges to the drawer or to the party who is going to get the notification of the bill. So it is important to understand that what the journal entries to be recorded in all these cases depending upon the bill which is to be dishonored. Now see, very simple case is there, as here it is mentioned that to the first case, again revise it, when bill is drawn and it is honored, in case on the due date, first entry in the books of drawee will be sales in the books of drawee regarding the purchases. Second entry in the books of drawee regarding the bill receivable in the books of drawee relating to the bills accepted. Now again, in case of other cases, as I told you, when the bill was retained by the drawer till to the due date, payment being received, there is no problem for that. Now on the due date, draw's duty is to just make the payment, that is bills payable account debit to cash or bank account. you would find in all these cases, in the second case, discount account is debited as the bill been discounted from the bank. And in the third case, again the bill is endorsed or transferred in favor of the third party. Entry will be recorded endorsee account debit to bills receivable account. And in the last case, when the bill is sent to bank for collection, bills for bank collection account will be debited and bills receivable account will be credited. Now, what the entries will be recorded with reference to the dishonor in if it is the first case. Again, recall the first case is bill is retained by the drawer till the date of the maturity. If in this case the bill is dishonored, in the books of the drawer, drawee account always be debited. Why? Because drawee now becomes the debtor from whom the payment is to be received. So drawee account will be debited to bills receivable. It is assumed that the bill dishonored, so B are being credited to cash account. Cash account record the amount of the noting charges which is paid by the drawer. Corresponding, there will be same common entry in all the four cases in the books of the drawee. Entry will be bills payable account debit, his bills payable will be returned to him. Noting charges account will be debited. The noting charges is a loss for the drawee which he has to pay. So it is a nominal account, so it will be debited. And total amount to be paid by the drawee to the drawer to be credited to drawer account. Entry will be bills payable account debit with the amount of the bill. Noting charges account debit with the amount of the noting charges. To drawer, the total amount which is paid by the drawee to the drawer at the time of dishonor of a bill. Now, if come across to the second case, when the bill was discounted by the owner before maturity. Now understand, already the bill is with whom? With bank. Who will get its notification? Bank. Who will make the payment of noting charges? Bank. Now, bank first make the noting charges payment, but later on recover from whom? From the drawer. And drawee in return recover from whom? From the drawee. देखिए, अगर इस केस के अंदर जो बिल डिस्काउंटेड है वो डिसऑनर हो गया तो ऑटोमेटिकली वो पार्टी बिल को नोटिफाइड कराएगी जिसके पास बिल है. अब बिल किसके पास है? बैंक के पास. तो बैंक विल गेट इट्स नोटिफिकेशन एंड पे द नोटिंग चार्जेस. बट बैंक विल रिकवर फ्रॉम होम? बैंक विल रिकवर फ्रॉम ड्रॉयर because drawer gets this bill discounted, and drawer in return will recover from whom? From the drawee, because ultimately it is the fault of the drawee and drawee is responsible to make the payment of bill as well as the noting charges. So in the books of the drawer, entry will be drawee account debit to bank account with the gross or total amount. See the narration, being bill dishonored and noting charges paid by the bank. Now in the first case, see here, in the books of drawer we credited the cash account for noting charges because drawer is paying. But in the second case, drawer is not making the payment of noting charges. It is paid by the bank. But drawer is responsible to make the total payment to the bank including the noting charges. So he will recover from drawee. Drawee's account debit to bank account with the total amount of the bill as well as noting charges. But in case of in the books of the drawee, entry will be bills payable account will be debited. As I told you, noting charges account debit to drawer. His duty is to make the payment of bill as well as to the noting charges. See the same entry we had recorded in the case of first case when the bill is held with the drawer till to the due date of the maturity. That is bills payable account debit, noting charges account debit to drawer account. See here, same case. In the third case, when the bill has been endorsed or transferred in the favor of the third party, that is creditor, again the entry will be in the books of drawer, drawee account debit to endorsee. Now who will get the bill notified? It is the third party creditor or endorsee to whom the drawer has endorsed the bill. So endorsee will get its notification and first make the payment of noting charges. But as he is not responsible to make the payment of noting charges, bill is endorsed to him by whom? By the drawer. He will recover from whom? He will recover from drawer, and drawer in return recover from whom? From the drawee, because same logic is there that ultimately it is the drawee who is responsible to make the payment of that noting charges and the bill, and due to his fault the bill has been dishonored. So the entry will be drawee account debit to endorsee with the total or gross amount of bill as well as amount of noting charges. Here it is mentioned nothing, not nothing, it is noting, NOTEING, noting charges. So NOTING, noting charges paid by the endorsee. Entry will be in the books of drawee account debit to endorsee. And in the books of the drawee, same entry will be, that is bills payable account debit, noting charges account debit to drawer. But in the books of endorsee, entry will be drawer account debit to bills receivable account to cash account, as he will debit to the drawer who has endorsed the bill. Bills receivable will be credited by him and he will credit to the cash account for payment of noting charges. Now, in the case of the bill sent to bank for collection, again the entry will be drawee account debit to bank account to bills for collection account. To bank account means now with the amount of the noting charges to bill sent to bank, that is for the purpose of cancellation of the entry which is recorded at the time of when bill sent to bank for collection purpose. So the entry will be drawee account debit to bank account to bill sent for collection. So this way the entry will be recorded in the fourth case in the books of the drawer, and again the same entry which we had recorded in the preceding three cases in the books of the drawee, and entry will be same, bills payable account debit, noting charges account debit, and to whom? To the drawer. His duty is to make the payment to the drawer. So dear students, understand these are the four important cases in which a bill is dishonored and journal entries are recorded. In the first case, in the books of the drawer, drawee account always be debited. See here, in every case, drawee account is debited in the books of drawer. Credit is given in the first case to BR with the amount of bill, to cash with the amount of noting charges. In the second case, again the drawee account is debit to bank account with the total or gross amount including the noting charges, as noting charges are first paid by the bank and not by the drawer. In the third case, when the bill been endorsed to the third party, drawee account debit to endorsee, drawer books, in the books of drawer, he will recover total amount from drawee and make payment to the endorsee or the third party to whom the bill has been endorsed. With reference to the fourth case, last case, bill sent to bank for collection, entry will be same, that is drawee account debit to bank account to bill sent for collection account, and in the books of drawee, the same or common entry, that is bills payable account will be debited, noting charges account debit to whom? To drawer. He has to make the gross or total amount to the drawer. So this way, dear student, we have covered the lesson of bills of exchange. I will continue in my next video relating to the numerical problems of the bills of exchange.